Under caution for the 8th time at the Chevy Rock and Roll 400 at Richmond. It has been a lot of rock and a little bit of roll. We've had a lot of contact here thus far with 8 yellow flags, the latest involving Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 88 car and the 18 car of Kyle Busch. Here again is what happened just a couple of moments ago.
We can see Kyle Busch Jr. dives to the inside, and I'm not sure. I don't believe Kyle really thought that he was there, because you can see him come down across the front. Now, I'm not trying to say it was anybody's fault there, or to say that Jr. wasn't at fault at all, because he got in there awful hard and you saw him lock up the brakes. But it just didn't look like he was expecting the 18 car to come down as we go back to green.
Earnhardt Jr. will lead him down. Kyle Busch, by the way, on and out pit road to get that damage repaired. Did not lose a lap. He is in 32nd spot, the last car on the lead lap.
Okay, we saw how far the 88 car slid that left front tire to stay off of Kyle Busch. You kind of wonder if he flat spotted that tire, but we'll know here in a few laps if he's got a vibration or not.
You can see the 18 car blending into the field there as they came by.
Bobby Labonte got the free pass, and he's back on the lead lap also. But it will be interesting to see if that creates a problem. We see these guys racing. Tony Stewart, who's trying to get that first win of the season, up in second now.
It's been 39 races since Tony Stewart's been to victory lane. Likewise, Kevin Harvick hasn't won since February of 2007 at Daytona. There's Tony holding on to second spot.
Car seems to be a lot better on the restarts here on the tires when they're fresher and the air pressure's down than what we've seen in the first half of this race.
Well, I think the reason is because Kevin Harvick was the guy to beat on the restarts, and now he's kind of back in traffic. It was a relative thing. I think Harvick's car got going pretty well on these restarts. It took a while for Junior's car to come around and get back by him. And then the 18 car was one of the stronger cars too on the restart.
The two winningest active drivers here at Richmond are Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Tony Stewart. Each of them have won 3 times, and they are running 1-2. Here's the 07 car who won here back in the spring. Clint Bowyer right in front of his teammate Jeff Burton.
Yeah, once again, Bowyer's kind of doing everything that he needs to do, and really David Reagan, after being involved in that accident, his only hope is if something should happen to Clint Bowyer. But
actually, Clint needs to be conservative right here. He just doesn't need to make a mistake and fall out of this race. If he just has a good solid finish, anywhere in the lead lap is going to get him in this chase.
That sounds like an easy thing to do, just be conservative, but you've got so much racing going on out here. Sometimes it just becomes difficult for that to do.
Did you ever tell Earnhardt to be conservative?
I told him. He never was.
Well, that's what I thought.
He didn't listen to me all the time.
What you have to do here is just kind of find yourself a hole and pick your battles. And, as you can see right in front of him here, they're 3 wide, so that's a situation that he has to be really careful of at this point in time. We're speaking of Clint Bowyer, who's trying to race his way into the chase. He's actually in the 11th spot in the chase right now. Shannon?
Yeah, you guys are talking about being conservative. The word of the day of the 07 camp was patience. That was what Mike Dillon, his spotter, told him before this race. They're also being pretty conservative on pit road. I told you about that small air pressure adjustment they made 2 pit stops ago. Well, on that last pit stop, it was just 0.3 of a pound of air in that tire. So they're definitely being conservative on the track and on pit road.
Yeah, and it's a lot easier when you have a good race car to be, well, not very conservative there, but as he falls in behind Denny Hamlin, they're trying to go around Montoya. But when you have a good race car, it does make it easier to be what we might call a little more conservative or patient, as they're calling it.
Yeah, he backed out on the patience a moment ago. By the way, Montoya is a lap down in 34th position in front of these guys, the 11 and 07, who are 5th and 6th.
Jeff Burton, Jeff Gordon battling right here, going around Elliot Sadler. Jeff Gordon's had just a good solid day and exactly what they needed here, and trying to race their way into the chase and get a little bit of momentum going before we get to Loudon next week.
Yeah, Jeff trying to qualify for his 4th chase, and here up front, Tony Stewart trying to take over the lead. Didn't quite get it done.
Yeah, this guy's on the spin off turn 4, Elliot Sadler.
Got another flat tire on the right front.
Right front's down. Take it easy. Right front is down. Take it easy. Yeah, good shape on the pace car. Good shape on the pace car. Be coming at you guys.
9th yellow flag of the day. Elliott also a victim earlier with the same issue in the right front tire. cutting a tire and spinning almost in the same spot.
Right before this happened, we had a new player, Tony Stewart. And that gang, they've got that thing going good. He was headed to the front.
I think you mentioned something about that before we started this race, didn't you? That he was a guy to watch out for?
Slick racetrack is something he likes.
Elliot Sadler, one of the Virginia boys, not having a pretty good homecoming thus far today, at the back of Jeff Burton's car.
Stand behind you, keep coming. Caution's out, caution's out.
Yeah. You see that right front going, I don't know if it's been into somebody. We knew that happened last time.
Wave them off behind you, wave.
Elliot's on pit road right now and is unfortunately going to lose another lap to the leaders.
That's really two identical spins, one off turn 2 and another one off turn 4 for Elliott.
Denny Hamlin on pit road, as is his teammate Kyle Busch, and others coming down. Shannon.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin's going to take 4 tires, guys. He really has been battling loose conditions all day. Now, of course, he led many, many laps back in May with a dominant car. And, of course, a cut tire ended his day. 4 tires as you see those guys going around to the left side for Denny Hamlin. Mike.
Kyle Busch back on pit road. The repairs continue there. They continue to pound on the rear deck lid. They continue putting more bear bond on. They've already tried to fix the sticking throttle from earlier, and they've really gone to work on the cosmetic damage, but there's certainly some significant damage beneath the sheet metal that may prevent the 18 car from being competitive any longer this afternoon.
You know, I'm not so sure. I wouldn't count them out just yet because I watched them out there. They weren't terrible on the racetrack. They can get some of these laps or this lap back. They might be a contender still.
Let's listen in to the radio for Earnhardt Jr.
Pull brake fans off. We'll be staying out. All right. Got a pretty bad vibration in the left front, but if you don't think it'll blow out, we'll be all right.
Yes, they're going to roll the dice here and kind of keep Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the racetrack, currently being shown as the leader.